that concussions are the #1 cause of death among football players. Um, During my interviews with the class, I believe it was about 12 of you, 11 out of 12 of you said that you have a close friend or a relative that you know that plays football. And also out of the, only 1 out of the 12 people that I asked said that they would be okay with a close friend or relative playing football knowing that they could get concussions. I've done research, I've looked at different articles and topics around football concussions. And I know that football is loved by many, but many people are still unaware of the risk of playing football. I'm going to cover the levels at which concussions can occur, the health effects that it can have on the players, and how to possibly prevent getting concussions. So again, football is one of the most popular sports in America, but again, many people are unaware of the risk with football. It can occur on any level, so that's from your NFL level to your youth players. And the New York Times have reported that just last year there were over 270 concussions in the NFL, and that includes the preseason and regular season games. Many NCAA players, that's your college level players, retired due to concussions or lawsuits surrounding them. Frontline and PBS reported that out of 10,000 athletic exposures, which is your practices and your games, and this is with high school, 11 concussions occur out of those 10,000 exposures. And also a fun fact, youth players make up about 70% of the football players in America. So in other words, most of your people playing football are young children, your elementary or possibly middle school level. In 2013, Alexander Cooper, Leonard Griffin, Christopher Martin, Joe Phillips right there, and Kevin Porter filed a lawsuit against the Chiefs, and that was reported by USA Today, and that was surrounding concussions as well. This was a kind of a rare case because usually these players go after the league, but instead they decided to just go after the Chiefs themselves. Moving on from that, brain damage can severely affect these players' health. It can lead to chronic traumatic encephalopathy, shortened down to CTE, which can lead to suicidality, memory loss, and depression. You can see there's your normal brain, and then that's with the CTE from concussions. About.com on their sports medicine page reported that it can also lead to dysarthria, which is a motor speech disorder, dysphagia, difficulty in swallowing, ptosis, which is drooping of the eyelid, if you've ever seen Forrest Whitaker. This is hereditary, but some of these people, these people can get it from the concussions. Hypomania, which is a reduced degree of facial expressions, and dementia. Going on from there, there have been prevention efforts in the works. Shock data loggers are being put into helmets, and what these things do is they record the G-force, which is the acceleration that causes weight during like a hit. And if the G-force gets above 98, then a green light goes off. And if it goes over 100, then that increases the risk of getting a concussion. ESPN reported in 2013 the NFL and General Electric teamed up for a 5-year plan. And this plan was to predict the injuries of concussions, the severities of them, and the rate of recovery for them. Also, the NFL had increased their rules to reduce the rate of getting concussions, which is some rules include not striking a player in a defenseless position while on the ground. And also, during field goals, the defenders must line up their entire bodies on the outside of the snapper's body to protect him while he's vulnerable. And also just more significant discipline for hitting another player in the head or neck area. So hopefully these prevention efforts can decrease concussions not just on the NFL level but throughout all levels. I know that football is many people's favorite sport, and it shouldn't have to be stopped, but I definitely think that we should be aware of some of the risks of playing this. It can happen on all levels. They can have major health effects, and there should be prevention efforts. I recommend that you tell this to your family or friends if they don't already know it. And again, it's sad that this stuff does occur, but hopefully in time we can reduce the rate of concussions or possibly even stop them altogether.